Ronda Blaylock was a 14-year-old ninth grader at Atkins High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. On the 26th of August 1980, she went to a bowling alley in Rural Hall with a friend. Afterwards, they started walking back home when she was approached by a stranger in a blue pickup truck who offered them a ride home. They both accepted and got into the vehicle. Rhonda's friend was safely dropped off, but Rhonda never made it home. Witnesses described the man to be a white male in his early to mid-20s. He said his name was Jimmy, but his friends called him Butch. He had brown hair with light facial hair. He was approximately 5 foot 9 inches to 6 feet tall and was of medium build. He smoked Winston cigarettes and wore a baseball cap and mirrored sunglasses. Her concerned parents reported her missing to the authorities that same night, and an extensive search began for her. 3 days later, her lifeless, partially clothed body was discovered in a heavily wooded area near a barn along Groundhog Trail in Pilot Mountain, which was approximately 18 miles from where she was last seen. She had been violated, viciously stabbed several times to the body, face and throat. Evidence was collected at the crime scene, but despite the best efforts of investigators at the time, the case went cold. Rhonda's mother, Rebecca, approached the authorities in 2015, asking what progress had been made on her daughter's case. It was this inquiry that resulted in a special task force being formed. It comprised of current and past officers who were assigned to look deeper into the matter in an effort to solve it. People who were previously interviewed were tracked down all over the country. They were re-interviewed, and the task force would meet and decide on the next course of action. Some witnesses who were quite young at the time were able to provide better accounts of what happened, despite it being decades later, since they didn't fear of getting into trouble with their parents. Applying modern DNA technology techniques to the well-preserved evidence collected from the crime scene, along with witness accounts and circumstantial evidence, led to an arrest. On the 2nd of August 2019, Robert James Adkins of Dobson was charged for taking Rhonda's life. The arrest took place exactly 1 year after Rhonda's mother passed away. In a video provided by the authorities in 2015, Rebecca said, "Whoever was responsible for taking her daughter's life, she wanted them to spend the rest of their life in prison. I've been in prison, so to speak, for 35 years, she said in the video. I want them to know how it feels not to have your freedom." On the 17th of December 2020, in Adkins' final court appearance, the now 64-year-old pleaded guilty to indecently assaulting and taking Rhonda's life. He'll spend at least the next 21 years behind bars.